Hi, everybody. I'll be right back. I have to let a cat out of the room, and I have to go get a piece of paper. That'll take me 1 second. Sorry I'm late. My real job made me stay extra. Goodbye. All right, I'm here. Oh my gosh. This is why Fridays. I know, sorry. Yesterday was a day off, right? Hi, Christy. Yesterday was a day off work. It was Memorial Day, and I call patients all day long, right? But I schedule my calls throughout the month for when I'm going to follow up next or whatever. And I never scheduled not to call people today because for some reason I didn't realize that Memorial Day was this month for whatever reason, probably because we've been COVIDed and everybody's at home all the time. Hey, everybody. Hey, Loose Can. And so, anyways, I had a busy day at work, and then I watched the Melanie Gibb interview, and I'm like, I really want to talk about it. So I thought I'd be done by 5:30, and I wasn't quite done working. And then to get in here and set everything up for y'all. So I'm just kind of I'm gonna fix this so that I'm not all crooked. All right. That picture isn't crooked, but I think the way my computer is crooked because my friend Kathy told me to straighten my picture last time she went, but really isn't. It's just I'm kind of at a little bit of an angle here. Anyway, I'm here to talk about the Melanie Gibb interview today. So I won't keep you for 3 hours or anything, but I thought it would be Hi, Lorinda. Hi, you guys. Hi, Kristen. Thank you, Kristen, for being here. I didn't even give you a heads up, did I? Thanks so much. Pamela, first timers, love you guys. Say hi. I love everybody, but say hi. And if you guys are members, don't forget to use your new emojis that we did. I got a few new ones. I made more over the weekend. So you can see there's actually a real Lori Vallow head. And there's like a little crazy guy. And then there's some other stuff in there anyways. So thank you, Kristen. Appreciate it. Great mod. Okay, so the weather here is hot. It's like 90 where I'm at. It's hot. And I just cranked my air conditioner, but I don't even know if I cranked it enough because it feels hot in my house. Yeah. And the mummy. There's the mummy, Christy. And the crazy little dude and the Lori. Thank you, Karen. Hi, Audrey, Tracy, Christy. Okay. Thank you, all my new members. I'm so excited. We're going to do our first happy hour for real happy hour on Friday. It'll be our first one. We're going to do 2 a month. If you're in the lowest level, the one bottom level, the $1.99 level, we're going to do 2 happy hours a month, and you get the emojis. So why do those emojis have? Oh, I know why. They probably have they have a little white back this time, and they didn't before. Kind of weird. I don't know how to get rid of that. I might have to get rid of that. I might have to redo those. I didn't notice that. Wonder why. Yeah, because look, the Pinocchio one doesn't have that, but the lips does. But I'll figure that out later. That's like not any big deal. We can figure that out. Welcome, Katie, first time. Thank you for being here. Yeah, click like. And anyway, so yeah, I had my day at work, and then I wanted to come and talk about the Melanie Gibb interview. So did everybody watch it? Everybody, yeah? Yes? Okay, good. I wrote lots of little notes too that I wanted to go over. But first of all, if you are from memberships and you saw part 1, yeah, that's all that's been out. And tomorrow morning, Nate says part 2 is coming out tomorrow morning. So there's 3 parts. So yeah, Trevor, lots of good stuff to talk about. Very real. So if you are member levels, Untouchable, Zodiac, and Sixth Sense, so top 3, there's 4 levels. I put a blooper video up there that you can see. It's just, don't be too hard on me. Gosh darn it, now that little potato guy didn't have the white either. I wonder if it's because I have the black screen right now. Like, you know how sometimes the chat has the black and then sometimes it's white? Is it showing the white back of the emojis? I'm so confused. But the little Tylee and JJ in the LU doesn't have that. Ugh. Okay, you guys don't care about that right now. That's not the most important thing, but thank you for using the emojis, guys. So I just want to say in the Facebook group, somebody conned the name for Chad as Chayton after the Melanie Gibb interview, because you know how they do allude to him kind of being a lot on the dark side instead of Satan, Chayton. And then Lori had made a comment in there that Melanie Gibb had said, I don't know if it was in today's or whatever, that if he is Satan, he's a really good one. So we're just going to call him Chayton for now. And a lot of people were thinking that today might be the day he gets arrested, but I haven't heard anything. Have you? Yeah, Lisa, Melanie knows. Exactly. So Mr. Potato has a white background in the white chat. Okay, I'm going to fix it. I'll fix it. I promise, because that looks rinky-dink for emojis to have the white background. I'll have to fix that. I don't know, because I did it right with the LU and with the Tylee and JJ one, so I don't know what I'd made a mistake or something. All right. She mentioned that she is speaking for the ones who have passed and listed Charles, Tammy, Tylee, and JJ. Is that saying she knows where the kids are? I don't know if she knows where they are, but I have a feeling she really suspects that they're not alive. I don't know if she knows. I feel like with Melanie Gibb, here's what I feel like with Melanie Gibb, and really it's hard to actually even say anything like this, but I feel like as close as Melanie Gibb was to Lori, as much as Melanie Gibb knew Lori, as close as she was to Chad and Lori, if those kids were alive, I think Melanie Gibb would know where they were, which makes it really hard, because then it makes me go, okay, I don't think they're alive. But then sometimes I'm like, well, I won't be mad. I'd really be glad if they're alive, if they're in a bunker or something somewhere. That's very hopeful. But it's tough, you know? That's a really tough thing to just go, okay, why did she put them in that category? And if she was so close to them, why does she not know where they would be if they're alive? You know what I mean? I feel like I was looking at the YouTube comments, and there were people that were saying things about Melanie Gibb, that she isn't being honest, or she's just one of them, or she doesn't, sound sincere, or why was she laughing? And I don't believe any of that. And I reached out to one of her friends, and I just want to read something before we talk about the interview. This is one of Melanie Gibb's friends that I have spoken to, and I asked her to tell me something about Melanie in her own words, how, so that we understand Melanie Gibb, because now Melanie Gibb has been a big secret to everybody. Hi, Isabel. Big secret to everybody, right? And we hardly even barely knew what she looked like. I found one picture of her, but we do know that she was the initial source for the zombie letter. So I just want you to listen to this real quick, okay? So this is from one of Melanie Gibb's friends. Melanie is truly the definition of without guile. She forgives easily and has been gullible. It has been more than painful for her to speak out against someone she so deeply cared for. She always let Lori do all the talking when they did their podcasts, and I called her out on it after the first one. She replied to me that they were just like sisters, and anything Lori wanted to say was more important than what she had to say. Her embarrassment of being taken in by this has been overwhelming, and it has taken months to work through it. She reported everything she has said to the authorities, and she has spoken the truth. And yes, she has held back. Some things were just too embarrassing to speak. In time, she will be able to say those things too. Embarrassing from the point of having fallen for the doctrines being presented. Today, Melanie wants those who have also fallen for those absurd doctrines. Sorry, I lost my. Today, Melanie wants those who have fallen also for those absurd doctrines and the idea that they are more special than others to hear her voice. To hear that they can move past those notions and get out as quick as they can. not out of a group that meets together so much, but out of a group that shares these horrible beliefs. To the rest of us, she wants to help in the understanding of what may have happened to JJ and Tylee, to explain how that could have happened. She prays that others may not judge her too harshly. She is the key to this case. She is the key to this case and all of our support to possibly even pulling out the truth from Chad and Lori. Melanie won't watch any negative press or any news of this. That has been a good thing. So that's what she had to say. And I find that really kind of a great answer for all of us. Hey, Robbie, based on, some of the, nobody knows, like we're looking at this interview, part 1, and we're like, give us more. We want more. What else is there? And then, of course, to be continued, like the freaking, when I was a kid and that you couldn't DVR anything, you had to wait all the Brady bunches that had to be continued. What? There's a spider on Peter. You guys know something. But you know what I mean? Like right now we're like on the edge of our seat. We see Melanie, she's finally speaking, and we're like, wait, what? What else? What else? So I think that was really sweet of Melanie's friend to send me this. And I hope you guys, give Melanie a break and realize this had to be super hard for her. I mean, she could have been one of them, she could have gone the complete other way. She could have been right there with them, killing her own kids, who knows, or hiding them or whatever, who knows. So Kathryn, you like my Brady Bunch analogy? Yeah. So I think that we're just going to have to give Melanie Gibb the high five in our heads and our prayers, obviously, because these people are dangerous. Chad and his people are dangerous. I mean, we know that to be true, right? So, Linus, she could have been involved. We don't know. Well, what we do know is I think it'll all come out in time. And right now, my gut and people that know her believe that Melanie Gibb walked away in time for her to be involved in anything horrible. So that's what I'm saying. Okay. So I don't know. You guys can have your own opinion. You can have whatever opinion you want, but this is my opinion of Melanie Gibb is I think she's very brave. That's all I'm going to say about her as far as that goes, but Team K and Larry and Team Melanie, I really feel like they're all on the same team. That's just my feeling. You're welcome, Lorinda. Oh, and Melanie Pulowski, do I think her hands are clean? I think Melanie Pulowski's a liar. I think Melanie Pulowski believes everything, all the crap that was put in her head. Like Melanie Gibb is saying right now, the people that are believing this need to step back and realize that it's not something to be believed in. It's dangerous, and you need to get out now while you can. That's what I think. Melanie Pulowski honestly believes this BS. I really do. And I think she's lying because she believes that and the whole world is the crazy ones, because she's been fed all this crap from Chad and Lori. And obviously Chad and Lori are horrible people, Melanie Pulowski needs to go to a psychiatrist and get some help and talk through this and figure out that she's been trained to believe some horrible things. That's what I believe. So that's my, letter that I got about Melanie Gibb. And I just wanted to share that with you because I think she was nervous, obviously, in the interview. Those are some hard questions. And to admit that you fell hook, line, and sinker for this stuff. Oh, look, and somebody else just go because you just said about Melanie P falling hook, line, and sinker. Yeah. And I think that they all started to feel that until they are preparing to issue a warrant for Chad's murder of Tammy Daybell. I hope so. I do not believe Tammy died by accident by any means. So Um, and the other thing about that I want to say personally, everybody's different. How close do you see people outside of your own circle that when they're very vulnerable? And I can tell you this based on being a nurse, but also based on being a labor and delivery nurse. Um, Melanie Gibb right now is very vulnerable. She is speaking out. It's very uncomfortable for her. And sometimes people act different. They they have misplaced laughter and things like that, or they act almost childish. Not that Melanie Gibb did, but like dealing with pregnant women having a baby, they're very mature. Every day when you see them walking around, they come in and they can act, because they're very vulnerable. They're in the middle of something they've never experienced. It's extreme. You know they're exposing themselves physically and literally, and you may see them be more childlike in a way. Many pregnant women, when they were having their babies and they were potty mouth sailors, or they were crying like a 2-year-old, afterwards is like, I'm so sorry, I'm so embarrassed, by the way I was being. And you were like, yeah, whatever, you're fine. Obviously, you've never done this before. And I just kind of put Melanie Gibb in that category right now of this is something outside of her comfort zone, but she feels like it's the right thing to do. And it is. So, so that's what, so not, some people are just overly trusting. Not everybody's a skeptic. I can tell you that I'm a skeptic. If I met somebody like Chad and Lori and they wanted to tell me all this stuff that they know more than what I was taught growing up in church and all this, and that there's more to it, I would be like, you're wackadoodle right off the bat. I know I would. But there are more people out there that are more vulnerable. And I feel like hi, April Parker's here, and she is one of our, she runs the Find JJ and Tylee page, which is an awesome Facebook page. So you guys should join her page as well. I was on Family Feud years ago, and I was a stumbling idiot. I got yelled at for not being enthusiastic enough it's like, oh, wait, I can't think of an answer that I want to say right now, We would have never picked you if you were more, you were more enthusiastic in rehearsal or tryouts or whatever it was. I was like, it was very different to be in front of a camera, people there, and know that the whole world could watch if they want, right? So I just wanted to say that. Melanie Gibb, she did say, and this makes everybody, I'm getting text messages. I get off work. My sister's telling me to go look for campers for her up here in this area. She texted me like 5 minutes before, and I'm like, I got to do a live right now. I'll look for you in a minute. And then my daughter got a picture of some $29 check I got, and she's sending me, oh, you're rich, like right when I'm trying to get on here, everybody's texting. So I will answer any text. I promise I'm seeing your text, and I will, if you're here and I'm seeing your text, I will answer you. I promise. Okay. So let's see. Okay. Got it. Okay. So she did say, Melanie Gibb, for those that are passed on, she wants to see that justice is served. She want for it, in fairness to JJ, Tylee, Charles, and Tammy, that someone is standing up for them. So we know Tammy and Charles are dead. So when she did throw that, I can multitask like no other, Kristen. I try. I think it's part of being a nurse. In a way, you have to. You got your doctor's on the phone. Yeah, so your patient's calling you. Can you go help start an IV in the other room? I can do all that right now. It's practice, right? So she did lump them in, which makes us all really nervous, I think. Don't you? Isn't that making you nervous a little bit that she lumped in Tylee and JJ with Tammy and Charles? Because it's our biggest fear, right? We know Tammy and Charles are dead, but we don't know, we don't know if they're alive or dead, and stuff like that makes us go, oh, oops. That's kind of scary right there. And she says she knows more to the story than anybody else. Nate asked her, you probably know more of their story than anybody else. And she said, yes, I probably do. So I think Melanie Gibb is a huge ticket here. And I think, and what I want to say is, if that original zombie email, I call it the zombie email because someone emailed it to me and it was notes that somebody that Melanie Gibb's people took. And I call it the zombie email. But if that would have never gotten leaked out to us, to my channel, to Reddit, everywhere it went afterwards, if it would have never been leaked, would we be this far right now in this investigation? So you got to give kudos to the people that were brave enough to put it out there, and they put it out there, which I'm really happy with. I'm really impressed. I had no idea what I was reading. I've said this 100 times, but when I got that, I'm like, okay, I'll read it, but I don't know what I'm talking about. But so kudos to, hi, Lenny. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate it very much. Thank you. $3. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And let's see. Oh, and then I guess she kind of clarified some of the dates when they met. She had met Chad first at a conference or whatever, and then Lori met him second. So it sounds like everybody met in 2018. Melanie first, Lori second, and then Lori and Chad that whole weekend apparently hit it off and hung out and talked, and Lori was already familiar with these teachings a bit somehow. So yes, Isabel, there's my wine. Gosh, I want to fix those emojis. I'm so mad. Why are they doing that? I got to fix that. Okay. Off topic again. So they met in 2018. So things probably moved really fast after that, if you think about it. If Lori and Chad met the end of 2018, and Charles was asking for a divorce in January. In January is when she started getting really, really weird, according to Charles. It makes sense in the timeline, right? Because Charles was saying to the police officer, she's been strange for the last 4 years, but recently, the past couple of months, she's gotten really bad. Well, look at that. I believe that that's right in line with meeting Chad, right? And the whole purse thing, and then she, Melanie Gibb said when they met, they talked a lot. And then she goes into saying they had special phones just for each other. You're fine, Katrina. Everybody's all good. We all have lives, right? You don't have to be here every time. Yeah, she had 3 cell phones, Lori, right? What's that? Okay, a cell phone for her regular family, Charles, the kids, whatever. A special cell phone for her and her lover, Chatty Daddy. And if you don't like me saying Chatty Daddy, I'm sorry. I like it and I'm keeping it. Because someone reviewed me and said they don't like my channel because I say Chatty Matty, which I don't say Chatty Matty. I say Chatty Daddy, which makes a lot more sense. And I'm allowed. Sorry, I like the Chatty Daddy. I made it. I'm skitting it, keeping it, and the Summy Mummy. I mean, come on, you got to look at the light side of things a little bit. If we just sat here and talked about dead people and dead kids and didn't, I'm trying to look for somebody, if we didn't make fun a little bit, this would be horrible. Like, we would be crying. We'd be on the floor crying, right? Because it is horrible. And it's just, it's heavy. It's big stuff, you know, dead people and missing children. And it's really scary. So a little humor doesn't hurt anybody. Nobody is hurt by humor. If you're hurt by humor, I don't know what to tell you, really, honestly. Okay. Tammy was never at any of Chad's events. What do you think about that? I mean, she didn't follow his teachings at all, or she just didn't go because she was too busy with other things. His kids were never at these events. What does that mean? What does that say? I'm curious about that. Like, as his wife, why wasn't she? Lisa needs a portal. Yeah. And by the way, write down the zombie email. Nate was going right down it. And what about the portal in the closet? I'm like, hello, my people. That stuff's for my people. Because it is. So yeah, I think so too, Kathryn. I think she was kind of embarrassed to admit she fell for it. I'd be embarrassed to admit, if I fell for it, I'd be embarrassed to admit that. Shoot, you know, there's things I've fallen for in my life, like bad, crappy boyfriends that everybody said he was an ass, and then he turned out to be one, and then I was like, well, you know, sorry, and you're right. Emma did go to events occasionally with Chad. Someone on Reddit said today. Okay, good to know, because that's one thing that Melanie wasn't sure of. But honestly, of all the kids, I kind of believe it'd be Emma. Right? Right? All right, hold on a second here. Trying to do something. My computer's being weird. Hold on. I think is it buffing or anything for you guys? Okay. Okay. So so Emma, and it makes sense. Emma seems like the most gullible person as well as kids. Emma is Lisa, Emma is Chad's daughter. Emma, did you ever see the news report where she was sticking out her tongue behind the news? She pulled up in the car when they were in front of Chad's house and she was doing that, like making faces. That's Chad's daughter. So I think she might be very gullible, you know? And then she said after the 2 days of Lori and Chad talking, they had another event and she came down to that event. And they all stayed at Lori's house. Now, that brings, remember the email that was found on Charles' computer that was supposedly, hey, Chad, it's Charles. You want to come stay at my house again? I need help writing my book. Which I'm using, you know, because it wasn't Charles. It was Lori or Chad trying to pretend they were Charles to pull one over on Tammy. So that makes sense because they all went and stayed at the house. So he did tell her, oh, yeah, we all stayed at the, you know, the Vallow house. And Charles wants me to come back and stay there again. Well, what did Melanie Gibb say? Charles wasn't even there that weekend. Yeah, sleepover, right? Yeah. I'm trying to go on my notes and talk to you guys at the same time and read what you're saying. Chad hid in a closet and called it a portal as a secret language when you want to communicate. Oh, dear Lord. I mean, really, seriously. I mean, that's pretty much what I imagine happening in that closet portal. what? Like, what? So that was that fake email, and that's what it was referring to. Come to my house and stay again. Well, now we know Chad did stay there, but Charles had nothing to do with it and wasn't there. So we obviously didn't write Chad an email and say, come help me with my book and stay at my house again. Darn, those emojis are making me mad with the white thing behind them. And then she said, Melanie Gibb said, Charles is a nice guy. She didn't see him lose his temper with Lori. She did say there was some contention going on between them, something they were going through. Well, obviously, I think that says a lot about Lori trying to get out of the marriage. Oh, and then she had said that Charles was trying to chase Lori down with divorce papers. And then what Melanie said about the divorce papers, she said they're not allowed to be divorced. They were told from the great beyond or whatever that they're not allowed to be divorced. Yeah, because you know what? When you get divorced, you don't get a life insurance settlement. Yeah, I can't see Chad jogging either. Anybody in Rexburg see Chad out there jogging? See the early morning jogger? Somehow I don't think so. Unless Lori got him jogging. Chad, Chad, for being somebody that isn't very charismatic, really, seriously, he's like a big oaf to me. Even when I've heard him talk, like the little clips that we've seen, he just seems like the kid in school that, like the kid that, and no offense, because I was the kid that got picked last for, teams because I suck. And I weighed like 50 pounds my whole life, and I couldn't hit a ball or anything like that very well. Wasn't a very strong person, whatever. So I wasn't super athletic. Now, gymnastics I was, but, kick the ball or kickball or softball, all that crap, I got picked last. I see Chad as getting picked last too. And he is the boy. So, I think he's that guy, right, Robbie? All right. Oh, jogging to Krispy Kreme. Oh, we're so mean. Chad would have gotten away with it if the kids weren't missing. I think so. I think so, Bean Sprout. I really do. I think he could have gotten away with this if the kids weren't missing. My daughter was murdered years ago next month, and I did some media once. I was crying and got pissed and actually laughed from nervousness. Yeah, see, that's what happens. Like, you can't judge somebody. You don't know. We sit at home. Like I said, when I was on Family Feud, you watch those shows and you're like, apples, whatever, fish. The question that threw me was something that smells like something that really smells when you cook it. And fish was the number one answer. We didn't think of fish, of course. My dad's from Greece. He used to make fish, but he made that stinky fish all the time when we were young. And we sat there going, I can't think of an answer. But at home, you're like, what's the matter with these people? They can't think of it. So you get in front of a camera, it's different. Even I'm getting more used to this. Initially, when I started this channel, I didn't want my face on it. All my first videos have no face on it at all. None. I don't want my face. I want you guys to look at my face. But then when people started making fun of my voice, I thought, well, what the hell? I'll put my face out there and then they can make fun of my face. But they haven't so far, so don't start now. I'll go back to just letting you make fun of my voice. So let's see. So they say everybody that has been asked about Chad's temperament. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Robbie. Thank you. Everybody that has been asked about Chad's temperament, everybody, his ex-wife. How many people say really nice things about their ex-husbands? Isabel. And how many people are, Cheryl, she said nice things about Charles. Melanie Gibb says he wasn't losing his temper. How many people now have we heard? Kay, that wasn't Charles. Zach, you know, Lori's nephew, Zach, says Charles was a stand-up guy. He couldn't win an argument with Lori. He'd have to walk away because she was so, you know, however he worded it. Look at all my members here, you guys. And if anybody wants to join the membership, if you join, you get to do happy hour with us Friday night. First happy hour. And then you get the emojis, and I promise I'll fix them. And you'll get other stuff if you join higher levels, but those are for the first level. The cold case, the untouchables, the zodiac, and the sixth sense. And my sixth sense people will have to schedule our Zoom call. I got some sixth sense little people, so we'll do a Zoom call with the sixth sense. That's the highest level. And then for the ones that are untouchables and zodiac and sixth sense, you can see my bloopers. It's up on the community board. So everybody said he never lost his temper, that he was a nice guy, you know? He's a nice guy. I think there's a lot of people that can take the witness stand and say whatever that crap was that day when Charles got shot sounds like a big lie, right? There's a lot of character witnesses could say that Charles would not be hitting anybody in the head with a bat. Lori, you're moving? Oh, you're going to miss a lot. Well, luckily things are recorded. Luckily things are recorded. Thank you, Trevor, for the donation. Appreciate it very, very much. $5. Keep it up. I'm trying. I'm keeping it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Thank you. So the sorry. So the other thing, okay, so they went out for a walk or a jog together in the morning when they were all together. We also know in the zombie letter, she says they walked around BYU together and held hands in plain sight and kissed and stuff. And that at some point Tammy was on to them. That all came in the zombie letter, and I hope she gets to that as well. But it sounds like Nate's going down the zombie email and asking her specific questions about it. You know? Kika, you're going to upgrade? Okay, well, you got to upgrade all the way up, so. But we'll do it. We'll do, you know. Chad, Isabel, look at her with her little devil. Chayton. Okay. And then, you know, I mean, I think to someone that fell for this sort of for a while, it is like when she says, oh, there's these things are personal. I don't think I mean like, you know, what color is your underwear personal? I think it means, that personal, like I fell through this stuff. This is embarrassing. This is personal, you know? I think that's what she means. So that's what I think when she says that. Then Nate asked him, did you know they were falling in love? Oh, thank you, Jackie, for joining. Yay, Untouchables. Cool, yeah. Thank you. Did you know they were falling in love? And she said, yes. You know, or whatever it is called, between two narcissists. Can they actually love, or is it just all about what you can get from each other? You know, because I don't think either of them really know what love is. It's about what I can get. Give me. What is Lori going to get from Chad? What is Chad going to get from Lori? What is, you know, and money. And, you know, so I guess in the normal definition of love, no, but in what they were trying to represent or thought they were doing was love, which it wasn't. And I did, you know, Melanie said that you know, you go to church and you learn, I don't know, as a Christian or whatever, paraphrasing, but you go to church and you learn what, you know, basically what you're taught from what the Bible says, what Jesus says, what we're supposed to be, who we're supposed to be, the kind of person we're supposed to be. And then you learn these doctrines, she said, and they're from the adversary. So she's flat out saying that this stuff comes from Satan. That's what she's saying in my book. Katrina, welcome to Cold Case. You are now a member. You can come to happy hour and use the emojis. And that whole thing, okay, back for a second, just back to the not allowed to divorce. I think that she was running from Charles in the divorce papers because they were told they weren't allowed to divorce because you're not going to get the life insurance. Because we know that Lori was pissed off when she found out she was not the beneficiary of his life insurance. And she texted Kay and said, 5 kids and a sister gets everything. 5 kids and a sister gets everything. Well, I'll show you. Because I'm Lori Vallow. Little did you know, she won't sit in jail. So, yay. So glad that woman's in jail and couldn't bail out. She's been there for a while, and I'm really happy about it. And, since she's a translated being, she doesn't need to eat. She doesn't need to sleep. She doesn't need to do anything. She just sit there and be a translated being. She doesn't have to eat. So, whatever, Lori. Wonder if she can... I gotta fix those emojis. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about the emojis. All right, I got more. Melanie and Alex. She met Melanie and Alex. Melanie P. and Alex. She met them at Lori's house. And then she met Zulema. Are we saying Zulema or Zulema? Or Zulema? Or whatever. You know who I'm talking about. Alex's wife, not wife, flat out, right there and then, she says, Melanie Gibb completely contradicts what Melanie P said about them. Oh, they knew each other, and Alex wanted to marry her, but she had to think about it. She needed an answer, and they were together for a long time. Love you, long time. And not true. Sounds like it was an arranged marriage based on they got to be that part of the 144,000. That's what I think. I think Melanie Pulowski lied about that one too. Liars, liars. Yes, Isabel. Big fat liars. Liars, liars, pants on fire. For sure. And so I don't believe that. I believe that they were trying to fix. I believe that they were trying to get Alex a wife so he could find his Noah's Ark partner in the 144,000. And Zulema was like probably the one that fell for it. Fell for Alex. Not really though, fall, like just, okay, I'll do it. Fall, not like I'm falling for you, like falling in love, Tiffany, Melanie Gibb is the only one I trust at all. Yeah, great. Because you know what, I can tell you flat out, Melanie Gibb is the source from the original zombie letter, and everything has come true. All of it has come true. Everything. And Nate is sitting there with that email or those questions from that email or those notes from that email, and he's asking her those questions. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, we knew all this. Well, we only knew all this because it already came from Melanie Gibb, but now she's saying it publicly to the whole world, not just to, social media people that got a hold of it and started yakking about it. But it's come true. Justin Lum knows it's come true, Nobody wanted anything to do with that in the beginning. People thought I was nuts for actually reading it. Oh, neener. Okay. Charles chasing divorce papers. Got that. Not allowed. That's about the special phones. We talked about her. Why would she have so many phones? Who knows? What was the third phone for? That's my question. And I think Melanie So this is another thing. You know how you asked her about, so you felt special, and she's like, yeah, at first I was kind of like, me, I'm special. But I think from everything that people are saying is, you keep saying, yes, you are that special. You are one of the 144,000. You are that special. You are that special. And that's all part of it. And you know, people, I talked to somebody that started to follow Julie Rowe and believed the things she said, almost got sucked into her stuff, and then went, whoa, wait. So it happens. Obviously it happens. There's people following these nuts, you know? Isabel, you're in zombie land here. Do not go there, Isabel. Do not go to zombie land. It's not a good place. Kika, who's got Alex's life insurance? I would imagine Zulema did, if they did the paperwork in time once he was married, if he had it. But those people are so about money that I can't imagine they'd go 5 seconds without having all that in a way. You know? What happened? Means missed a custody hearing. And Lori said she wasn't informed until they came to get her from her cell. It should have been dropped, but it was continued until June. Is that new? Or, wait, I got a sip of water. My throat's starting to get dry. Is that new? It's water. Just in case you were checking. It's in a beer mug though, right, huh? Have gotten the warrant for the text phone records for Lori Vallow, AC, me too. Oh, have they gotten the warrant for the text? I don't know. Let's see. And if anybody knows the answers to these questions, answer. Temple is not church. Yeah, I guess. Okay, so I'm not LDS, but I'm learning stuff. They have church and they have temple. And I guess church is where you go and you learn and you gather, and temple is more like where they have weddings and they pray and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not real super clear, but they're not the same thing. That's all I know. And I don't think anybody can go in the temple at all unless you're LDS, like for any reason. But I don't know if you're allowed to go in the church if you're not LDS. I don't know. But apparently Charles said she was going to the temple every day and meeting with Moroni and ceremonies in temple. Okay. So like their weddings, their anything that's ceremonial goes in the, okay, Trevor, thank you. Because like we do everything in the church, right? Our sacraments are all in church. You know, we have the holy sacraments, which is marriage, baptism, funerals, all that. They're all in church. So there's not a separate anything. So all our sacraments are in church. So that's different from, I was raised an Orthodox Christian. So anyone could go to the church. Yeah. Okay. And like for us, anybody can go in our church, but not everybody can take communion. You have to be baptized as an Orthodox Christian in order to take communion. So, okay. Temple is sacred. You must hold it. Oh yeah. And then who was explaining that? Nate was, right? How you have to meet with your bishop or somebody, and you have to be recommended to be able to go. You have to do it every so often so that you're still basically, well, it sounds like you're in good standing. Baptism happens at the church for LDS. Okay. I took the tour years and years ago in Salt Lake City of the, and it was gorgeous, but I saw a huge baptismal. It was huge. It was like this big baptismal. And I guess you can get baptized for people who are dead. You have to live to certain standards. Okay, Trevor. So Lori was allowed in even though she wasn't living these standards because nobody was on to her yet, I guess. Yeah. They interview every 2 years. Okay. They have to have a meeting. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. And so that's why Melanie Gibb says they think they know more than the people, the LDS people, everyone there that's practicing as a Mormon LDS. This little group, Melanie kind of said they think they know more, so you don't tell them because you know more than them, or they're not going to let you in the temple. So it's kind of weird that you're going to be like, oh, this is a secret. We can't tell them or they won't let us in. Wouldn't that raise a red flag? Like, well, they won't let us in, so maybe we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. It's completely confusing, but it sounds like they were pulling a fast one on themselves and a lot of people. But you know what? At some point, they're the ones that are going to have to answer to their higher power, whatever. At some point, I truly believe that they will have to pay the price for this crap. And so that's what, like Melanie Gibb said, it's the opposite. It's not good. It's evil. And they are messing with evil. And I truly believe that, obviously. God doesn't want you to go kill people and hide your kids away. What? I see something. Chad cannot go to the temple, but he can go to church. Okay. Lori will be excommunicated. Was Chad? I don't think Chad's been excommunicated as far as everyone that knows says. Is he going to church on Sunday these days? Is he going to temple? Is he doing any of that? Anybody know? Anybody up there in Rexburg know? Or is he just walking around making up his own religion again still? And that's what it sounds like. Melanie said, Chad had a detailed plan. And Nate says, did anybody else involved in this plan? And she said, I don't think so. So tell me if you think this, and then he said, there's movie stars on the list. Scientology is really big with some of the famous actors, actresses, movie people. Aren't the Travoltas are part of Scientology and stuff? Was he trying to make his own new Scientology type religion? April Parker says he has been next. Do you know? Yeah, I don't know who. I don't know. Like, whatever you guys think is fine with me because I don't know. I don't have that fact. Okay. Chad's vision said they couldn't be divorced, right? What about Lori's mom saying she spoke to JJ on October 1st? She's a big fat liar. That's what. She's lying. She's trying to protect Lori for some reason. Because she's not willing to come to terms with the fact that her daughter's an evil devil worshiper. That's what. I'm going to tell you how I really feel. So let's see. Anybody else want to become a member before we stop? Because then you can meet us on Friday night. I'm not sure if I'll do a live tomorrow or not with the second part of the interview. I'll try. But for sure, every Friday night, 2 Fridays a month, the 2nd and the 4th. The 2nd and the last Friday of the month, we will be doing a happy hour live chat for members only. But the rest, you get everything. We still get our Saturday morning and all that. Anybody else that wants to be here, subscriber or not. Let's see, do I have anything else? Oh, so someone looked up, we were trying to figure out the whole Malachite thing. Remember the Malachite thing? And I was talking to somebody in the Facebook group that said they're not convinced that Malachite could have been what poisoned Tammy. Maybe, maybe not, who knows? But I was like, well, then what do you think the Malachite symbolizes? Because those were cheap ass rings, right? They're only like $40 or something like that. Why is Lori settling for cheap rings? I mean, Chad did just get his insurance settlement, life insurance from Tammy. I know she bought them before Tammy died, but if she just would have waited, they could have probably. Thank you, Katie. Welcome to Cold Case. Thank you for joining. Members. Thank you. And so, what was I saying? Oh my goodness, it's been a long day. I do this all the time when I go on my call. So Malachite. Malachite. So somebody said, and I said, but Lori, it must mean something to Lori that she got these Malachite rings, right? And they looked it up and they said Malachite equals balance. So this is Fonda. Fonda, if you're here, you look this up for me. Balance, abundance, and transformation. Balance, okay. But abundance, okay, that's Lori with her greedy abundance, money and everything. And transformation, she thinks she's translated. So that Malachite has to mean something. I wonder if they could somehow do the data dump thingy to find the burner phone numbers if they know the dime tape. Pretty sure they can. I would hope so. That'd be really good. And then someone mentioned, like, why wouldn't Melanie Gibb know what a cult is? And I think here's my thought on that, right? Because she says some of us don't even understand what that word means. Welcome, Miss Nuki. Hello, welcome to Untouchables. That's level 2. Welcome, welcome. So much. Thank you, guys. This really helps to support my channel, and I, believe it or not, I work really hard to keep this channel going when I work full time and do this. So it keeps me motivated, and it keeps me being able to put things back into the channel to make it better. How's my lighting, by the way? I got new lights. Thanks to your donations, everyone. My Patreons and patrons for Patreons and my members and the donations, the PayPal donations and everything. Do my lights look better? Okay, good. Thank you. And let's see. So Melanie doesn't know what a cult is, but I think, oh, good. Okay. Lights look great. Okay, cool. Thanks. So sit, look at it, paid off. Perfect lights. Okay, cool. Thank you. Melanie doesn't know what a cult is. And I think that's because thank you, Linda. Thank you. You lie my light, Isabel? Oh, you like it. Laura, I look pretty today. I think it's the lights. I think the lights help, right? Lighting's everything. So Melanie didn't know what a cult is, but I think sometimes because a lot of people that are not LDS have accused LDS. Stephanie Chandler, welcome to Cold Case. Thank you for being a member. Thank you. Appreciate it. And Kika, hit the like button. Look at her. Donated to tell you guys to hit the like button. That is a fan. The Journey to Justice, welcome to Cold Case. Thank you. Audrey, thank you. God bless Melanie G. Yes, I agree. I really do. I can't say anything bad about Melanie Gibb. Nothing. I think she so I just think that sometimes I've heard LDS being referred to as a cult, and I feel like so it confuses anybody. If you're in a religion that your whole life is being by other people that don't understand the religion or in it are being referred to a cult, and then you go kind of on this other, just a different pathway or fringe group or whatever, you're like, well, that was a cult. Why would this, that, you know what I mean? Like, I just think it's confusing probably to her to go, yes, Lorinda says, keep Melanie Gibb in your prayers. Definitely. She needs it. Lori, welcome to Cold Case. Thank you for joining. Melanie Gibb, she definitely needs your prayers. And JJ and Ty Lee, whether they're here or not. April. Welcome, April. Thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it very much. April Parker in the house. Join her Facebook group, you guys. Find JJ and Ty Lee. They've been really good, and they were a really nice group. They're not mean. They're not mean to people over there. Like another group that was mean. There's mean people, and there's mean groups. We don't like mean people. My special happy hour thing, Tiffany, is Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. That's the time zone I'm on. 5 p.m. Pacific time, Friday. This Friday. That's our first one. If this turns into Chad Town, then yes, it's a cult, right? I really think it's a cult. That group that, you know, they're saying there's not a group, but there's people that believe it. I think Chad was very kind of sly in forming his cult in a way. I also think that people like Hector and Christopher Parrott, they have this belief system, right? Are they all just trying to make their own little groups that are eventually just going to become one? Or do they all have their own little set of people that they're brainwashing that are already one? You know, there's so many questions. So cult is an offensive word, I'm sure, especially if it's the group you're in being referred to a cult. But look at James Jones. I mean, look at all the people in these cults that wind up taking their people. Charles Manson group was a cult. It wasn't thousands of people. It was his little family, but they were a cult, you know. You could start our own cult, the Left Unders. Yeah, but I'm not gonna tell you that you have to keep things secret. It was almost a cult. I don't ever got there. Oh, that could be. Yeah, and that's the thing. I think it was. I think it was being formed, you know, and they had people that were more and more people were coming on board, believing they were part. I mean, shoot, they can make it 100. They literally can make the cult 144,000 people if you think about it. They can make it 144,000 people, and they can do roll call, and they can be like you and you and you. Ah, this is our cult. It's 144,000 strong. You think it's a Jim Jones cult, taking people money and then offing them? Yeah. I mean, they're offing people, that's for sure. And they're taking money, and they're trying to get money from life insurance policies. It sounds like a big illegal something or other. Maybe Melanie was not completely in all Chad's secrets about the cult. Probably, maybe. I mean, I think he talked to Lori a lot more. Melanie even says she got a lot of the information that Chad's stuff by talking to Lori, because Lori was her best friend and she would tell her stuff. 100 likes, boom. Thank you. I just looked at it and it turned 100. Manson was definitely a cult. Yeah. Chad was a grave digger, which makes us go, well, that's kind of, you know, does he have some knowledge and stuff that he could do things with bodies? I don't know. Since when does anybody who's in a cult ever admit to a cult? Exactly, Alexandra. That's exactly true. I'm not, you know, if you're in a cult, you're not going to be like, you'd be like, people calling us a cult. We're not a cult. I've never heard anybody say, yeah, I'm in a cult. But I know people that like were in Scientology, and it was horrible to get them out. Their families couldn't get them out. And, I mean, there was some stuff going on there. So that, I believe that, there you go. If you can't get out, if you can't walk away, I don't know. I mean, I know there's a lot more definitions on that, like the secret stuff and all that, but I believe that whatever I think, I mean, I don't know. If you can have a cult, a belief system or whatever, and doesn't hurt anybody, then so be it. Have your belief system, whatever you want. But when it starts to hurt people, like for real, you're breaking up families over this belief system. I mean, why did everybody have to get divorced? Why does everybody have to go meet up with a new partner? Only these super chosen people that Chad and Lori could say are the ones. You're a gatherer. You're the one that gets to pick everybody. It's just weird. And so I think he had this big wannabe cult leader mentality. But they're not very smart. They did a really terrible job. It's too bad people had to die before they got figured out, but their belief system obviously got figured out rather quickly if you think about it, because Lori and him met in November-ish. Charles was trying to turn her into the whack, get her mentally evaluated by January, and by July it was shot. So, and by what? We all started, this all hit the news when Tylee and JJ disappeared in November. So then you'd have this thing going for a year very well, to get their little followers. As far as I can tell, no one else has come forward. Has anyone else come forward? I haven't seen anybody go, oh yeah, I'm with them. I'm here. They're awesome. Like, except for his, Chad's, whoever is running his Release Lori Vallow page, and which that one's still a little controversial, I think. But yeah, we don't know. I mean, maybe there's more kids missing. It's totally true. We don't know. There may be a whole lot we don't know, right? Who was the gray-haired dude who had a cult and thought they were all going to another planet in death? Which one was that one? They interviewed people that are close, just like that lady on Dateline. Yes. In that anonymous interview. Yeah. Thank God for Kay and Larry Woodcock, for sure. Between Melanie Gibb and Kay and Larry Woodcock, if all of them would have just sat on their hands, I think Chad and Lori would have got away with a lot. A lot. Right? Don't you? Jim Jones. Can't remember his name. We'll check. I know who you're talking about. It was like, wasn't it in California? They were all in the house and they all thought they were going to plant it up, and then all their dead bodies were found in there. I feel like it was in Southern California. Maybe like 10 years ago. Who you're talking about? The spaceship people? Their humongous egos. Yeah. Cult leaders can be identified by their humongous egos. Yeah. I think, Heaven's Gate. There you go. That's it. Heaven's Gate. That was them. San Diego. Yeah, that's right. Yep. You got it. San Diego suburbs. Yep. I remember that one. That was in 1996? That was 23 years ago? Time sure flies when you get old. I feel like it was like recently. Are they the ones who are waiting on a comment? Or yeah, Lisa, that was them. So, that's all the things, the notes I took. Does anybody else have any big looming, anything that popped out in the Melanie Gibb interview before we end? Your son was born in 96. Okay. Yeah. Look at my math too. 23 years, right? Yeah, that was good. The Haley Bop comment. Yep, there you go. Yep. LDS do not believe in zombies. No, they don't believe in that. I mean, I know a lot of people aren't super new are kind of new still to the case because it's getting more bigger and bigger. But the belief system that the belief system that Chad and Lori have is not in line with the LDS teachings. They went on their other little, we know more, basically, is how it sounds like how they spun it. We know more, and come here, we'll tell you, but it's a secret, and people fell for it or fall for it. Thank God for Melanie being brave enough to come forward, as many have died, big risk, and we may never have been able to prosecute Lori and Chad without her. Yeah, I think she is the ticket. I really do. I'm so proud of her for actually doing the interview. I thought we wouldn't hear anything from Melanie until the court when she had to come in and testify. So I'm really glad that she was able to do that. I don't know how that works. Like, yeah, you're allowed to talk about stuff that's going to be in court, but I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, it's the truth, right? This helped a ton. Good. Cheryl, only YouTube emoji there, not Kathryn's. Okay, we were talking about this on Saturday because it gets really, somehow it's confusing when you first find the emojis. You have to go down and hit the emojis, or some people said you have to close and open again, and then they'll be there. Did you see the interview with Charles' friend Burke? He was saying how Charles was a gentleman. Yeah, another person saying what a great guy, Charles. I saw that today. Yep, very, very nice. I'm sorry, Cheryl. It's there, though, I promise, because look at it. And I got to fix them. Those, I don't know why they have white behind them. Like, look at, you see, like, the badges? I did the badges the same way, and the little pink new badge, it doesn't have the white behind it. So I don't know what I did wrong to get some of them with white behind them or not. But I'll fix it. Yeah, there they are. Oh, you found them. Yay! And white. They all look good, except for I got to get that white out. We got our lips for Lori. We got Pinocchio, Liar, Melanie, my Left Undone, Tylee and JJ, Potato Chad, the Mummy for Mummy, a wine for me, I guess, a crazy something or other, and Lori's face. So we can, Lori's face, if somebody knows how to make an emoji with a dart, that's not nice. Eleni, yeah, that's the chat. And did you guys all see my little tribute to JJ? I put it's like a 1.5-minute video, or maybe 2 minutes, a little slideshow with some music and stuff for, because JJ's birthday was yesterday. He turned 8. Well, JJ turned 8 yesterday. 8 is so young. I remember when my kids were 8 turning 8. That's so young. Poor little guy. 8-year-olds want to be with their mommies, they want to be with their family. I can't imagine, if I think about my kids when they were 8 years old, if I just put them somewhere, they would have been so homesick and so sad. And that's what really scares me about this, because their little heart would be broken to just be put with some other people, I mean, it's just not fair to just, even if that's what they did with the kids, that's just baloney. I know Tylee loves him, but even Tylee, a teenage girl needs their mom. There's things you want to talk about. There's somebody you want to get mad at, for crying out loud. When I was a teenager, my mom was the one I could take everything out on, just, you vent, you get mad at her, you tell her, you roll your eyes, all that. You need that person. It's important. If nice people end up with narcissists, I believe I'm owed a nice person. What? Wait, I missed that. I didn't understand. The police made one too? Oh, I didn't see that. You liked it? Yeah, I'm sure. Lori called JJ. Lori didn't even spend Christmas with them, right? Or Thanksgiving, or, every holiday since September. JJ hasn't had his family. Did you send Christmas presents? Your nephew just turned 8 2 weeks ago and you think of him? Yeah. Yeah, she can see him through the portal. I think a portal's only for never mind, I'm not even going to say it. For married couples to meet with each other when their spouses are sleeping. All right. Oh, hernia. Okay, relations. There you go. Portals are for Lori and Chad to have relations, not to visit your children, apparently. Tylee's 1 year older than your youngest son. After listening to Nate's interview today, I feel like Melanie stayed in the relationship with Lori for way too long since she was doubting Chad's teachings. Yeah, she probably did. Hindsight's big. And I think that Melanie's boyfriend probably had a lot to do with her kind of going, what? Because it's in the original letter that David Warwick told her, like, this is not normal. This isn't okay. You need to get out of here. You need to go. You need to tell. So I think he has a lot of, you owe him a lot of gratitude for kind of bringing Melanie's head into the right space. You think she would have shown her portal in the closet? Did I dream this, or did Nate say something like, is it like a tin can, or what? He said, is it like a box in there? What did he say? I'll have to go back and look at that part. And she's like, no, this is like a place where you can meet spiritually. So, oh, it's like a Pringles can. Or is it like I Dream of Jeannie, where you can blink and go down in your magic bottle or whatever. What did I Dream of Jeannie have? She had yeah. Did he say a box? Yeah. Yeah. Portals equal phone sex on those burner phones. Yeah, I'm thinking. Sometimes I wonder if he's with L.E. Melanie's niece latest. Man, I hope he's undercover. Oh yeah, Ian, maybe Ian's still a double spying. That'd be awesome. Then Ian would move up a few notches in my book if he was actually working for the law enforcement and staying with Melanie for that. That'd be great. Melanie gonna be mad, but that's okay. Maybe with the magic wand. Oh my God, you guys are getting. My mind's going in the gutter with these comments. Cardboard, yeah, okay. I think Ian has drank the Kool-Aid. Yeah. Well, it sounded like he was starting not to drink the Kool-Aid when he wore the wire in the first place, but I don't know what happened in the meantime. He decided that he just really, maybe Melanie being pregnant puts him into denial mode because, if he believed all this stuff, then he's got a baby coming in this mess. They already have kids outside of this mess that are in this mess, outside of their relationship. Ian is whooped, yeah. I feel like Melanie was kind of smitten with Chad at first. Melanie Gibb? I don't know. I wouldn't know, but it sounds like nothing really interesting happened until Lori showed up to one of those things, and then she went over to the table and never left. Yep, she's pregnant. Yeah. Okay. All right, I probably should go because I worked all day and it's 7:00 and I want to eat dinner, and I'll watch tomorrow morning, and if I can, I'll post it on the community board if I can swing another live tomorrow night to talk about part 2. and I'll try to fix my emojis. And thank you everybody for joining membership-wise. It's great. It's a donation. It's $1.99 to join the cold case level, and you'll get to come be part of our 2 happy hours a month. And you'll get my emojis, especially the fixed ones. All right, guys, I'm going to go. Have a great night. Thank you for all of you for showing up and being here. Hit the like before you go. And stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you very soon. See you on Facebook, Isabel, yes. All right, bye, guys. Bye. Have a great night. Take care.